Welcome back to Terrence and Roy at the movies. It's Sunday night, and we just watched Game of Thrones. This episode really opened with a bang. What did you think of Arya Stark murdering everyone?
I thought it was a great way to bring everything back. Great surprise. I know watching it myself, it was like, where's the music? Where's the intro? But you knew something was like amiss right off the bat because it had literally shown Arya's cutting Walter Frey's throat, and the next thing you know, it's back with the phrase. You're like, okay, what the heck?
Yeah, I'm with you. I felt the same thing. I was like, where's the intro? That didn't go right into the intro. This is so weird. But then I was pretty okay with it because the way they did it, it felt like it was kind of like hungover from last season. It was like part 2 of how last season kind of ended.
Yeah, and it was honestly it came back in with Game of Thrones old fashioned, big episodes, things you like. Everybody in this episode dies. I seen something on the internet was like, take a shot for every person that dies. If we took a shot in that episode for every person that dies,
first 5 minutes you'd be out. You'd be like, I don't know what happened the rest of the episode anymore. Let's see, what did happen the rest of the episode? I mean,
so a lot happened. To kind of go back, first of all, my own opinion. True. My own opinion. I didn't think that felt like it could have been part of the middle of the episode because it was like such a big shock in the beginning. So I was like, what is going on? Like cool that it started off, but like I felt like that was like the big bang of the episode. So it kind of went back into the other parts of the episode. So what was your thoughts about the rest of the episode?
I mean, the Big Bang did start everything, so it's good. I personally thought it was good that it was being, because like I said, it felt kind of more like it was hangover from last season, and it was great, and I liked it and everything. And, not to get too far ahead, but I do feel like some of the rest of the episode was anticlimactic, but I don't think it was because they started with that.
It took a little bit away from the rest of the episode, because now they got me all excited. I was expecting more, but I understood that they were moving around the pieces of the episode, that they were pretty much setting everything up. I'm just so excited that I finally have Game of Thrones back. I know the rest of you guys are. So a lot of character development, a lot of moving pieces. The next big one was up north, wasn't it? Jon Snow and Stark?
Jon Snow and Sansa and Baelish and Davos was there. He didn't really say anything though.
So what was your thought about that whole exchange and new King of the North?
Yeah, it's new King of the North, Jon Snow, and he has an opinion on how to do things. And Sansa has a very, very different opinion. Probably heavily influenced by Baelish.
Honestly, I think it's less influenced by Baelish, but more influenced by Cersei. You see Sansa, who take a full character development in season 6. You could already tell it's going to be full of character development, where people had started off at a very young age, quite a few years ago, and now they're much more older, much more mature, and you could tell everybody's kind of stepping into their own. But one of the things that really stuck out to me, she was like, I learned so much from Cersei.
Yeah, she said she learned a lot from Cersei, and there was that line she kind of had where she was like, Cersei killed everyone who ever opposed her, and Jon's like, do you want to be like Cersei? And you could kind of see that moment in her head where she processed. She was like, I don't want to be like Cersei, but I would like to kill everyone who ever opposed me.
I feel like she's having like a whole battle with herself, because in King's Landing, everything for her to survive, she had to be strategic. She had to be conniving. She had to think a few steps ahead. So I feel like the North is still playing checkers. And, since it came back, it was like, I'm used to playing chess. Like, you guys should, Jon, you should start thinking a few steps ahead. Why aren't you thinking a few steps ahead? Like, what's wrong with you?
Well, that's why I think it's really Baelish influence, too, because I do think that's a lesson she learned in the South, but I think it was, Baelish who got her out of there, and was like, I'm getting you out of the South, but remember, we're playing chess now. You were playing checkers in the South, and it wasn't working, so I got you the hell out of there. But
So I'm not sure if it's a Baelish influence or a mixture of both. Because, like, you know, Sansa had to learn trial by fire, almost. And, like, everything that she had was literally for her life. If she didn't learn to start playing literally chess and start thinking a few steps ahead, she wouldn't be here, just to be completely honest.
Well, that's exactly my point, though. She wouldn't be here, except Baelish got her the hell out of there.
Baelish did get her out of there, but she had survived.
If you haven't noticed, Baelish is one of my favorite characters. Just putting that out there.
But
disclaimer.
I just think other people had survived in King's Landing without the influence of Baelish. I think she had survived for most of the episodes and seasons without Baelish being there helping her.
Usually with other people helping her, like the Hound or.
This is true.
Yeah.
Yes, but she has learned.
She had learned, but let's be honest, she's had a lot of people save her. She was playing checkers the entire time she was in the South, pretty much. It was only as soon as she got out, she was like, I should never play like that again.
So let me ask you, do you think at some point it's gonna, like, Jon and the way Sansa is going about it, you think it's gonna come to like a clash of like strategic? Do you think there's going to be some friction there?
I think so. I don't think so as much as other people seem to think so. And I don't think there's going to be this huge internal conflict inside Sansa. I don't think there's a Sansa becoming Cersei sort of thing going on.
Really?
I fully believe, I buy into the will Dany fight with whether or not she becomes her father thing. So I'm on that angle. Mm-hmm. So maybe I just believe there's not enough room for, more of that.
No, I really thought they were playing into that. Like you said, Jon literally said, like, are you basically becoming Cersei? Do you admire her? And she was like, and like, you could see the hesitation. She was like, actually, I do. Like, I learned a lot from her. Mm. And then you had Baelish playing his part. Yeah. And so like the entire, like, Baelish playing his part, and you could see it. Like, she was going up against Jon when he was in front of his, like, the lords and all the generals, and she was like, part of her, you could tell, she was like, okay, I'm a woman, but I don't have to play second fiddle to you. Cersei's not playing second fiddle to anybody. Like,
that's mostly because she's killed everybody. Yeah.
But you see, like, this underground current of women coming to power, and it's like this whole thing.
At some point, we're going to do an episode about how this feminist thing with Game of Thrones and how some of it is completely illegitimate. Mostly the Dany part, but that's a different episode for a different day.
I would agree.
But the Sansa thing is great, though. I think that's way more legitimate, and like the Brienne stuff and all that, that's way more legitimate on that angle, but I don't know. So we'll see how that plays. Like I said, that's a whole other thing for a whole different time, but...
Okay, then we also seen that... Are you ready to kind of go on to the next one?
Yeah, we keep going.
And then my favorite character, it's nice to actually see him in a whole, like, first episode, before they go through a whole season without seeing him. But Bran's in the first episode.
He is.
It's surprising. He's
only in there for like 30 seconds. But
victory, Bran being in the episode.
Yeah. At some point we're just going to, I think over the course of this you'll figure out who our favorite characters are. Bran, Baelish. Not necessarily our number one favorites, but maybe Bran is your number one. I don't know.
Everybody who was my number one has basically died in the show.
I have this weird phenomenon where like 5 out of my top 6 favorite characters from the show are still alive. So I'm going to be watching heavily week to week, be like, who's in the most danger? And not to skip too far ahead, but boy, were some people in this episode in danger. But
yes,
Baelish not in that much danger. Maybe soon. He's getting close, but...
But, I just love how, like the Night Watchers met Bran, and they're just like, what the hell are you doing? Or are you a wildling? Or, like, how have you survived?
They're just like, why is someone here right now? Everything that's going on. It's just like, let me in. I know everything. And they're like, oh, okay.
I didn't find that believable, though. Bran was just like, I know about Hardhome. And the guy was just like, okay, good enough.
Like, if I had been Ed in that situation, I would have been like, he can see everything about me and knows everything about me. I should probably kill him.
Like, what is going on? Yeah. So he gets through, and then, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, I think my favorite part of this whole episode was the whole Cersei scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Like the whole planning, the whole strategic. You really like understand like how the Lannisters and like how strategic the entire season is going to have to be.
Yeah, definitely to a certain extent. Everything's breaking down for the last time, potentially. Like the armies we have at this point, for the most part, are the ones we're going into the end game with.
Yeah, did you expect Cersei to align with the Greyjoys? Like, when Jaime was like, who are our allies? Like, what were you thinking?
I was thinking the Greyjoys. That's what I was thinking.
Honestly, I didn't even think of the Greyjoys. I was going through, like, all the families. I'm like, who?
Because for a second, I did like double guess myself because I was like, she'd totally get the Greyjoys. So I was like, all right, they took all the ships and brought them to Dany. I was like, that wasn't Euron though. She could totally still ally with Euron. And the show was like, here's Euron. And I was like, yay, Pirate Man. So
you got Dany coming from the east. You got Jon Snow, the King of the North. From the north,
yep.
You got you still control the Riverlands, but the Freys are dead, so that's kind of just there.
Even though we didn't see him in this episode, you still have all the Dornish people in the south.
Yes, and then you got the Tullys, who Cersei pretty much in the episode before that blew them all up.
You also have Highgarden to the west, the Tyrells.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then that's what I meant by blew them all up. The Tyrells.
Yeah.
And then you got Aerie under control of Baelish. And then the Baratheons are completely gone.
Allegedly. Let's play a game of is Stannis alive or not. They said they killed him off screen as a matter of respect, but that means there's still a chance he's alive. Stannis is in my top 5 favorite characters, in case you hadn't guessed. He's the only one of the top 6 who has died already. If he's dead.
Okay. Thumbs up if you think Stannis is alive. Thumbs down if you think he's dead. I think he's dead.
No, that's not a good way to do this, because then people are going to dislike our video. Thumbs up if you think he's dead. Thumbs down if you think he's alive.
No.
Do you know how YouTube metrics work at all?
No.
Leave a comment. Tell me Stannis is alive. Give me hope, please.
The only people who think that is the people who read the book. And even in the books, he's about to die. Sorry to tell you.
Maybe. Though George R. R. Martin did say he has a huge twist involved in someone in the books who's dead in the show but still alive in the books. The twist could be for him.
The twist could be for anybody.
Could be for anybody. It has to be somebody who's dead in the show who's alive in the books. That's like 5 people.
A lot.
Some of them are completely irrelevant.
We're not gonna. Different episode. We're going.
It could either be Stannis or Barristan. Those are the 2 options.
Or Catelyn Stark is dead in the show, but alive in the books.
Doesn't count. That
live
doesn't count
in the
at
books.
all. That doesn't count
live in the books.
That doesn't count at all.
Lady Stoneheart.
Okay,
you guys don't have.
Let's bring this back on track. And since you mentioned her, we'll talk about the person who gave her life in the books, Beric Dondarrion. He's in this episode. Also in my top 6 favorite characters. Yeah, still alive, doing great.
Yes, he
technically.
is.
Been dead multiple times, but other than that, still alive, doing great.
So what did you think about the character development of the Hound?
I thought it was great. I thought the Hound was arguably one of the best parts of this episode, personally. You know, I didn't think it was, like, mind-blowing or anything. It was kind of obvious the direction they went with it, with, like, his regret and him having to deal with it and everything.
Yep.
But I thought with him starting to believe more in, like, the Red God powers thing.
Yeah, no, I just thought that was good character development.
Oh, yeah.
It was a soft hit, it was, something that was kind of, let's just put it was kind of predictable, but, it was something that needed to be done to kind of show the full character range of the Hound, of somebody whose head went from being selfish to murderous to angry at the world to now being remorseful, and it was different. It was like refreshing to actually see that.
Yeah, I think he's had one of the most complete character arcs of really any of the characters. And it's going to be interesting to see if they go where we think they're going to go with him, because it's kind of hard the way everything's breaking down to think about it, because he's one of those people who has such political machinations around him where, like, he could go back to King's Landing and do King's Landing stuff, but they're not going in that direction with him at all.
No, I think it's coming to the point where he's going to inevitably meet Brienne or the female knight again, and there's probably it'll probably be a battle of some sort, or him saving her or her saving him.
At this point, it kind of looks like the entire Brotherhood might sacrifice their lives to like save Jon at some point or something like that.
It's going to be a huge battle,
Yeah.
probably in the next couple episodes. Then who came after that? Then it went straight to Dany, right? For the most part.
No, it wasn't Sam.
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 Oh, I am forgetting about Sam.
Yeah, Sam's over there in the library.
So much poop stuff in the
It
episode.
wouldn't be Game of Thrones unless they shoved so much poop. The most poop you've ever seen. The 5-second scenes. Oh God, it was awful.
Good job, Games of Thrones.
Bad job. Stop it.
Good job, Games of Thrones. You did not show any nudity this episode. At least I don't think so. But you did show a lot of poop, food, putting away books.
Thumbs up if there was too much poop. It was just bad. It was just bad. Ah, God, why? Unnecessary. But
Let's go to the necessary parts.
well, that's what I was going to say. I was going to say he's trying to get into the forbidden section of the library, and if that didn't make you think of Harry Potter enough, Jim Broadbent is there, and Jim Broadbent played Professor Slughorn in the 6th movie. So I'm like, a Harry Potter professor and a man who's trying to get into the forbidden part of the library. You're not helping me, Game of Thrones, with the Harry Potter stuff right now. So
I mean, Walter Frey was there, and
he was there too. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we're forgetting about. We'll go back to the other hidden people in the show.
Yeah, we'll go back to that.
Hidden cameos.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, Sam. So Sam is, like you said, trying to get into the forbidden section of the library. But Sam, winter is here. Sam doesn't have time to become a full-blown macer. Who the average age is like 60 years old.
He's practically there already, though, with what he knows.
I would say so, but they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
You have to pretty much do the dues. Like, it's just pretty much the entire place looks like a retirement home.
You have to forge your chain. It's like Boy Scout thing. It was like, and here's the part of your chain for lighting campfires, and
here's the part of your chain for picking up poop.
You must have a massive part of that chain, just all. Oh God.
I think the highlight of that was who stuck their hand out with Grayscale.
Yeah, that was towards the end bit of Sam's bit, but yeah, as he's walking by a cell and somebody reaches a grayscaly hand out of a cell.
Who could that be?
Who could it be? Who could it be?
And then asked us about Dany. It was like, did the Dragon Princess reach Westeros yet?
And Sam's like, haven't heard anything. I'll let you know as soon as I find out. I'll be right back here. Not Jorah. Clearly Jorah.
Clearly Jorah.
As we fill out my list of favorite characters, Jorah, the one clearly in the most peril.
I'm about to say, he's going to be dying soon.
But I have my reasons for why he will not be dying, which we will get to, but we won't get till the end.
Oh, just like Stannis is still alive.
Stannis is totally alive. You can't prove he died.
What?
You can't prove it. Can't prove it.
We seen it.
You didn't see it. It was off screen. You didn't see it. You heard a sword hit a tree. That's all you heard. Right above Stannis' head as Brienne had remorse.
Where has he been hiding? Dead in the woods?
No, he's been hiding with the Manderleys. Yeah, the Manderleys. Bringing them back. Yeah. Ooh. More book stuff.
Oh, man. Okay, then let's go to the final part. Then
Whoa. We didn't talk about Arya at all. You said we're going to go back and talk about the other cameo and Arya. And...
Other than the cameo, I thought that part was, at least to me, was kind of forced. But you can go into that.
Well, maybe it was that. The entire thing might have just been for this cameo. But Arya, having successfully killed everyone, rides through the woods and comes upon this camp of Lannister soldiers. And they're singing a song. And who's singing a song but the most obvious and painful Ed Sheeran cameo anyone's ever seen. It was really, really distracting.
Yes.
And I think that scene was only in there so that they could put a cameo in for him. I honestly think so.
And to basically show that Arya is still a good person. Or is she?
Is she? I don't know.
Is she?
Is she gonna kill that entire camp of Lannister soldiers?
Possibly.
Maybe.
Who are you? No one.
Talking to a nice Lannister man. I'm gonna go home and see my kids. Are you? We'll find out.
Why are you going to King's Landing to kill Cersei?
Gonna kill her. Gonna kill her.
Seriously. Oh man.
But I just wanted to get that in there because it was a really, really painful cameo. That I think that scene was just in there so Ed Sheeran could be like, I'm singing in Game of Thrones. It's great.
Yes. How much did they pay him, or did he just do it for free?
I don't think he did it for free, but
Hey, comment below if you thought that was annoying. I did.
yeah. All right, now we can go to the end if you want. Now that we've gotten that cameo, I think that's everything. We got Sam, we got the Hound, we got Cersei.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's
Jon.
pretty much everything. Jamie, John,
Yeah.
Bran.
Yeah. Dorne wasn't in this episode. No Highgarden or anything like that.
Nope.
Oh,
Well, we didn't really talk about Euron Greyjoy.
yeah. Okay. So Euron Greyjoy, pirate captain, brother of you.
Mm-hmm.
So he comes and he's like, "Hey, Cersei, I'm gonna help you out. I'm gonna come back for you with a gift." He's gonna get a gift for Cersei to prove his loyalty, so that she'll marry him basically, and he can become king.
I just thought, honestly, I'm starting to like Cersei. Honestly, I think Cersei's just a horrible person and she's crazy. But she's starting to play this really smart.